how addiction develops. In our brain, you have a place called VTA. Here, there is a chemical is being secreted when you are having a craving. Craving means if you have some desire. That desire makes a chemical change in your mind. There is a chemical called dopamine. Imagine if you go across a coffee shop, automatically you can smell that it will turn you to that shop, because what they do is they are inducing your dopamine. You have some urge. You go across a corn shop. Whenever you are crossing, that corn shop person will open the lid. So you will be automatically turning. That is the way they make ourselves to create this dopamine. There is some desire, there is some urge. It creates in our brain. What happens is, it makes us to create that chemical. Certain people can control. Certain people cannot control the dopamine. Have you seen Swiggy ad? Old men will be there. His wife will be ordering a sweet. He is having sugar. He cannot control taking sweet. What he will do when his wife is not there? He will take the sweet. Nobody can control you from ordering Swiggy, they will say. Have you seen this ad? They cannot control their desire. This depends on dopamine. How much your dopamine secretes. The same thing positively impact, negatively impact in addictions. Certain people will consume alcohol, cigarettes, number of substances are there. The same thing applicable to positive, the same thing applicable to negative. What happens inside their brain is, it will travel to all the neuron parts of the brain, and it will secrete at the neurological cells. All the neurocells at the end point of the neuron, the dopamine secretes down. After you are intaking coffee, it will again go back to the place of VTA. Can you see here? After you are intaking that, it will again go back to this place. That chemical will not vanish. It will again come back to your head. Whenever you find the drive, it will go and it will reach the neuron. Then it will come back to the normal place. The people who are alcoholic, at particular time, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock means they will call that friend. If the people are going for party, they cannot control Saturday. Saturday means they have to do parties, that's all. No matter what happens. That is called dopamine. Who is pushing you in the sense that chemical inside you is pushing. You can turn that chemical into better habits. The same thing will happen. Imagine reward system. Virat Kohli. He plays well when the opponent gets more run. Dopamine. And you see that more than himself, if somebody is taking runs, automatically its dopamine secretes more. Unless he reaches victory there, he will not end. That is a positive way. So you can turn this biological symptom into your positive or your negative. Most of the brains work in such a way that reward circuit. It is a chemical messenger. Who is the messenger going? Dopamine is the messenger going here and there. If it overstimulates, what happens? Overstimulation will make that person to consume that product again and again, or that same behavior again and again. This is applicable even in small coffee also. After coffee only, your mother starts to work or your father starts for working. Before that coffee, whatever you tell, they will not do. After consuming that, why? Because that is called reward theory. At the first time, they will be getting a dopamine in single cup of tea. Continuously, if they are consuming the tea, what happens? Their volume increases. The first time, they will have a small cup of coffee. But at 60 years, some parents used to have 5 times or 6 times coffee per day. After consuming more coffee only, they will get repressed. Same thing applicable for liquor also. Liquor, initial stage, the people will start small. If they are addicted, the quantity will keep on increasing, but the dopamine will not secrete. They need more intake in order to secrete that dopamine. So what happens? The tolerance, the terminology what they say is tolerance. Tolerance will keep on increasing. This makes yourself addict into a habit. From our brain, there is some electrical signal will pass that stimulates this from here, and it moves to all the places. If the dopamine is artificially induced, These are all called neurons. From here it generates and it distributes to the another neuron cell. It exchanges from here to another neuron cell. Each and everything is a cell. So from this cell, this dopamine goes to another neuron. This is the place where you get satisfied. If it goes to another neuron cell, you feel satisfied, then you stop that. After getting that happiness or contentment, it again goes back to the same neuron VTA. So what happens? This long-term dependence, imagine they will be having a habit of taking pressure tablet. After 50 years, they will be taking pressure tablet or sugar tablet. Even though their sugar will be less, but they will be striving to have the tablet. Some parents will automatically take the tablet. Why? Because they reach this tolerance limit. So they cannot stop. The addictions has to be understood at earlier stage in order to prevent. How does addiction start? There is a theory. Initially, first time you consume, the first time dopamine, whenever it secretes, it is the highest range in your memory. Imagine your friends. First, who was your friend, you cannot forget. Why? Because that is the first time you met your friend. At that point of time, your dopamine will be much higher. So, the dopamine will not forget the happiest thing what has happened. For everyone, if you compare college or school memories, everyone will say school memories are much evergreen when you compare college. Now you go from college to place of employment. You think that I have enjoyed lots and lots of things in college, but nothing is here. Then you become parents, not even a single thing to enjoy. They will be not having a small time to enjoy. Why? Because they crossed all the dopamines. Right now they need more tolerance in order to get that. Next thing is abuse. What do you mean by abuse is, if a doctor says have one tablet daily, some people will intake painkiller. They have some pain, they intake a painkiller. After intaking also they have small pain, not at all tolerant with that. Again they will have one tablet. That is called abuse. Whatever is right limit you have to use. More than the limit is called abuse. Third thing is tolerance. I have already told you. Dependence. Without the headache tablet or applying Zendu balm. Have you seen some people, if they are traveling, they will apply that Zendu balm in their head. Why? Because during the travel they have this headache. Even the headaches or not, they will be depending on that. Certain people will go to tour with vomiting tablet. Without vomiting tablet, they will not go to a tour. It's called dependence. Next stage is called addiction. After initial use, next thing addiction. After addiction, relapse. Have you heard about relapse? Sir, okay, addiction in the sense, too much conception of that is called addiction. But what is more than that is called relapse. What they need is, after addiction, they will move to a new addiction. Initially, they will have one bad habit. Smokers, immediately they will turn into alcoholic also. They turn into next. That is called the final stage called relapse. They will change to another thing. So like that the addiction will be keep on processing. If they stop, withdrawal symptoms. Withdrawal means if you are saying to stop anyone to do that, they will be stressed. They will fight at you or they will be angry. If you are saying your father or mother to stop coffee, what they will do is they will get agitated. Agitated means they will get angry. Without coffee I cannot do anything. Like that they will get agitated. That is called withdrawal. Then nausea. Nausea means if they stop. Certain people, they stop alcohol in the sense they will get vomit. Their hands will shiver. Evening 9 o'clock, they have to intake something. If not, they will shiver. Agitation, sweating, etc. That is called withdrawal symptoms. If you are addicted, you cannot stop that. If you are stopping, these are the symptoms will come. So despite of being awareness, harmful outcome, you should be knowing that what are addictions. So these are the 5 stages of addiction which I have discussed with you. Up to this is first part of class. Second part of this class is called types of addiction. 2 types of addiction. Substance. Substance means you intake some product. Due to that product you are addicted. That is called substance. Second thing is called non-substance. is called behavior. Certain behavior cannot change. A person who is coming late to college, it is a addiction. It is a habit. Why I tell it as addiction? Because they are inbuilt with that. Not only in one class, in every class they have this habit. That is called behavioral addiction. Certain behaviors will be getting into these things. Another thing, behavioral addiction is technology. How many of them use mobile phone for gaming? If they want to open the phone, even during symposium also no technical event. Gaming is the event. You call everybody for this game, who wins? Food, caffeine, etc. These are all called different types of addictions. Substance addictions. There are different substances. Most of the thing you are not aware of with this, but even though the people who have one addiction, they slowly start to move into another addictions. Why? Because they relapse. They are not satisfied with first type addiction. They need new addictions. That is called relapse. The technical term they can ask in MCQ, opioid addiction. Opioid addiction is more intake of the medical prescription. If doctor gives something, they will intake more. That is called opioid addiction. Marijuana, those leaves I have told you, these are all some plant breeds. And prescription addiction, what they do is, certain people will get another person prescription, they will use for themselves. One of the example is, they will not at all getting sleeping. They will not at all sleep. What they use is, they use sleeping tablets. Every day they put sleeping tablet, then only they sleep. That is called prescription drug addiction. Next thing is inhalant. From smell they get addictions, etc. These are the things, and you can read this and understand. So I don't want to give more explanations to you. Better you be far away from that. Substance or drugs that have addiction potential. So even the household products are used as addictions. What are they is paint thinners, aerosol spray, etc. These are all substance are used for addiction purpose. Prescription and non-prescription, this I have told you, etc. These things I have discussed with you. What is non-substance are any activity which is capable of stimulating your brain's reward system. Now can you understand reward system? If anything stimulates your reward system, then it is called behavioral addictions. Now it is continued in bulimia, eating disorder. Eating large is called bulimia. Certain people will be stressed. After eating biryani only, they will be releasing the stress. Having biryani weekly, at least once a week, is okay. Daily is addiction. Bulimia nervosa, that is behavioral addiction. Then DSM-5. What are DSM-5 is the 5 types of behavior. These are all non-substance addiction. Impulse control disorder. They cannot control their emotions. Certain people, if they are angry, they will shout. Even though there are number of persons, they will not care about that. Impulsive disorder. Kleptomania. Have you seen certain people, if they go to shopping centers, they will steal. They will be urged. They will be urged that, see, number of things are there. Why can't we take? They have that urge of stealing when they go to shopping centers. That is called kleptomania. Next thing is pyromania. Have you heard this pyromania? These people, what they do is, when they see plants around some places or some wastes are there, they will ignite fire. They will go for some other reason, but if they see whatever is ignitable, they will ignite that. That is called pyromania. It is called what? Fire lighting. They want to light that. They want to see something firing. That's all. Due to that, number of pollutions might happen. Next thing is gambling. Gambling, currently everybody is aware of that. What kind of gambling? IPL, Dream 11. How much you have in your pocket, they have one offer for that. So they will take everything, they put a straw in your pocket, they will take everything out from you. That is gambling. You will wait for the toss. Who is winning the toss? Who are the players? You will check. Immediately you will beat them. And your dopamine will be waiting. If the player is hitting 6 or taking wicket, you will be satisfied. If not, you will curse that person. What he is playing? He is a player or not? Either I can play. What he is doing? Like that you will scream. Why? Because you are so much connected into that. This is called pathological gambling addiction. These are called DSM-5. But any activity which negatively impacts your daily function is called addiction. Food, exercise, work, self-harm, etc. These are all called addictions. List out what are non-substance addiction. You have to compare that. What is the main addictive substance found in tobacco product? Nicotine. Yes, D is the right answer. Which of the following is common effect of opioid? C. Yes, pain relief and respiratory depression. Next one. Prescription drug addictive often involves in which of the following types of medication? Prescription drug addiction. C. C is opioid painkillers. For painkillers, they will consume more painkiller in order to stop their pain. Inhalant addiction often involves the use of B. Household chemicals like glue, paint thinners, etc. Next, what dangerous side effect is most associated with PCP use? PCP. PCP is what kind of addiction? Substance or non-substance? Non-substance. What is that? Violent behavior and hallucinations. Next one. Amphetamines are often misused for their ability to, it will increase alertness and energy. Yes. Next one. Cocaine addiction can lead to the following symptoms. What will happen? C. Increased energy. Certain people will involve in antisocial activity after having this. Why? Because antisocial people will intake this, their energy will be getting high. Then they will do this. Which behavioral addiction is currently the one officially recognized in DSM-5? I have told you 5 types, no? DSM. What is that? Officially recognized. Gambling. Gambling disorders. Next one. What key characteristics do behavioral addiction and substance use disorders share? During addictions, what they share? They both stimulate brain reward system. Which of the following classified as impulse control disorder rather than behavioral addiction? What are they? Impulse control. Pyromania. Yes. Rest of them are what? Non-substance. And pyromania is certain behavior. Which impulsive behavior are called pyromania. Yes. Next thing, what makes food addiction similar to drug addiction? What makes that? A, B, C, D. C. Yes. It activates same reward pathway in brain.